Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today I'm going to walk you through the process on changing out the V-belt on our 2007 Yamaha Grizzly YFM700. Pretty simple to do, just need to get a couple of panels out of the way, get the outer cover off, and then I can show you how to remove and then replace the new belt. So let's head over to the tool table and discuss the tools and the parts we're going to need to pull this off. Let's go. Welcome to the tool bench. This is going to be a skill level 1, not going to be that difficult. Tools you're going to need, as always, a good 3/8 ratchet, an extension, 10mm wrench, 10mm socket, and a 4mm Allen. Only special tool you're going to need is 2 6mm thread bolts. Now, if you would, reference our exploded parts diagrams. That's going to give you a very clear picture of how everything comes apart and, more importantly, how it goes back together. So, once you have your tools and your parts together, we can go to the machine. I can walk you through it. So let's go. Not much to it to start with, guys. Just need to get this footwell out of the way. So it's just 4mm Allen and a 10mm wrench will do it. Yeah, looks like this is looking a little rough. It's got a couple of cracks in it. So I think I'm going to get another one of these ordered. Next, I want to remove this upper panel so I can access the bolts that are holding on the top of the cover. All right, let's remove all these 10mm bolts. To get the cover off more easily, I'm going to actually loosen up this brake cable. That's where I'll have enough travel to go down and get that cover off. That should do. There we go. What I'm looking for here is the actual surface on the primary sheave up front. I don't want to see any grooves in it. And the belt, I want it to have a nice dull look. I don't want it to be shiny, because if it's shiny, that means it's been slipping. Some of the things that you want to be looking for that would have caused you to come in here is you go to accelerate and the unit's real jerky, or it just really doesn't engage very quickly. That's usually an indicator that you've got a problem with either your primary or your secondary sheaves. Now we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to go ahead and pull off this bearing carrier. Actually, take the belt off to where I can really get in there and look at it, because you can't see it all with the belt still in place. All right, guys, this one looks to be in pretty good shape. The way to remove this belt is we want to get the secondary sheave to release. And you do that with just a couple of extra 10mm bolts with a 6mm thread. We'll make sure they're fairly long. When we run those in, it's going to open the sheave up and allow us to get the belt off. Yamaha makes a tough belt, but there it is. All right, you really need a caliper to do this, but I'm just going to use a little tape measure. When these are brand new, they should be 1.25 inches, and it's really close to it. Comparing it to a new belt, it's pretty much dead on. When it gets down to maybe 1 1/8 inches, yeah, you're pretty much done. But if you've got 1 1/4 inches, you're good to go. Okay, well, while you're in here, here's a couple of things you want to check. With your fingers, you want to go all the way in on the sheaves, the inner and the outer plates, for the secondary and the primary. And what you're feeling for is any type of ripples where the belt had stayed there for too long and maybe started to wear into the sheave where it isn't a smooth surface. Because if it has a groove in it, well, that's like a speed bump that it has to get over before it can go through its entire stroke. So you want to make sure that it's clean on both the primary and the secondary. And actually these feel really good all the way up. The second thing you want to look at on the primary sheave is there are a set of weights in here and sliders packed with grease, and as it increases, then it starts to push in on it. But you want to make sure that it's got a smooth travel. Now if you look down in there, you can actually see the grease that I'm talking about. But this one feels good, it's smooth, and seems to be in good shape. Let's go ahead and grab our new belt and go ahead and pop it on. Only requirement, your arrows need to face toward the front of the machine. Now, put it around your primary. And we'll just do the opposite of what we did earlier as far as walking it on. All right, now we can start to back off on these two bolts that we use to open up the secondary sheave. And when you're doing this, it's going to try to pinch down on the belt. We want to help it ride it out to where it'll go out to the outer edge. There she goes. She's all the way out. Next, with that bearing carrier in place, I'm going to go ahead and start up the unit. I'm going to show you how these things operate. What's going to happen is I open up the throttle, it's going to push out on the weights on the primary sheave. When it does that, it's going to squeeze those together. Conversely, on the other side, there's a spring on the back side that it's going to be pulling it into. So it's actually going to pull it into the center of this sheave while it's going to the outer of the primary sheave. So let's go ahead and start it up and run it through its paces. Watch, it's going to push it in. Come back out. Now you know, pretty cool little system the Yamaha has here, isn't it? All right guys, all I have to do now is get that cover back on, readjust my brake, get all the plastics and the footwell back in, and then this is done. Well listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com. We can get you taken care of. Have any questions or comments? Leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great day.